Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today the video is a little bit special. I'm not sewing anything. I'm going to show you guys how my boyfriend sewed his own shirt all by himself. Initially, we bought this pattern Burda for my boyfriend, but there are really a lot of things that we have to change in this pattern because my boyfriend, he does a lot of sports. So for example, he has like the larger shoulder, but maybe smaller waist. So it isn't a standard pattern at all, so we couldn't really choose a size for him. So we decided to construct the pattern from scratch with this book that I bought, Metric Pattern Cutting for Menswear. So I have another version for the women's wear, but this book, it has a really good explanation for you to understand how the pattern is built from scratch based on your own measurements. So if you're planning to sew this Burda pattern, you can follow this video for a sew along because it's pretty much the same design and exact number of pattern pieces. Usually, Burda pattern instructions are quite hard to follow. I hope this video will help you understand the process better. Speaking of the fabric, we use this 100% linen baby blue fabric that I bought in Paris. So without further ado, let's start the project. First step, as always, is to iron the fabric. What do we have here? Here is the back of the shirt, and this is the front. We are now pinning them to the fabric. There will be two pieces for the front, and back it's pinned on the fold here. So it's one piece, but it's on fold. Let's have a cup of tea, a small tea break with my Kindle, reading here while somebody is still working. Cutting the fabric now. Now we're cutting the last pieces. Here we have the collar. Here is the yoke. And yeah, this is the tool that I presented already in my previous video. You can check it out. This is a magnet bracelet that we can, like this, pick up the pins. We have the front piece, back piece, sleeves, cuffs. So this is for the opening of the cuffs, so like the rib stopper, something like that. This is the base for the collar, and back yokes. Before removing the pattern, we are going to transfer the darts into the fabric by using the carbon paper, also the wheel. What is that wheel? Tracing wheel, yes. The other side, if you flip it over. Okay, nice, we have it on the both sides. We also need to transfer this line, of course, to cut open the cuff. And also on the front we have two lines because we need to fold it over twice so that we have this place to make the buttonholes. First step, pin the darts in the back. They're already pinned here. Just finished sewing the darts. Now it's really important to iron the seams after each steps of sewing. The collars are pinned together, right sides together, and the next step is to sew all around the exteriors except one side. Yeah, we are ironing it here so that it will be easier to turn it inside out. Now we iron the inside, so we are going to put the right side out and iron it again. So now we pin the collar to the base of the collars together. So we sandwich them. In the middle, it's the collar that we saw, and on top and bottom, it's the base of the collar. So we're going to sew all around except just leave 1 centimeter in each side. So this is already sewn, so we're going to turn it inside out to see how it looks like. So we can see here we have the collar on the left side. On the right side is the base of the collar. So now we need to iron this again to make it nice and flat. Here, remember the 2 lines that we transferred with the carbon paper? So we're going to fold it twice and iron, so we have to fold it once first until the first line. First one is already folded and ironed. Now the second one. This is already folded twice. It's the front piece, and this is the wrong side. So to secure this fold, we have to stitch it on the wrong side very, very close to the edge. This is the right side after the understitch. So we have a very straight, nice line here. So we have 2 pieces for the back yoke, and we need to sandwich them to the back piece. We will sew that all along with 1 centimeter of seam allowance. As we have 3 layers here, sometimes it's easier to use the clips. Now we need to iron out the seam allowance. This is the outside layer. Yeah, it's better to open the seam allowance first, and then we're going to iron this again, both back yokes upwards. So this is the right side of the back of the shirt. So we are going to make the back to the front by stitching on the shoulder. This is the outside layer of the yoke, and we're going to stitch to the shoulder of the front piece. The back yoke is already sewn to the front pieces. We are now going to open the seam with the iron. After opening the seam, we need to iron the seam allowance both sides towards the yoke. This is the inner layer of the back yoke. We need to iron 1 centimeter towards the wrong side and then flip it over so that we can cover the seam allowance of the back yoke and the front piece that we just saw earlier. It's all pinned. Now it's time to top stitch. After the top stitch, it's time to the most technical part, adding the collar to the shirt. For the base of the collar, we have 2 layers. We just need to, first of all, pin 1 layer to the shirt, right sides together. While pinning, please really take your time, pay a lot of attention to the both edges especially, because this is the most important part. It's visible when you wear the shirt. The other side of the collar base, we need to fold them 1 centimeter and then cover the seam allowance, just like the back yoke actually. And then we're going to top stitch to finish the collar. This is all we have done so far. The collar is added to the bodice. So here we have 1 sleeve. We have to cut open the opener. I'm not sure how to call it exactly. We have a small piece over there. Maybe we should just call it rib stopper. So we need to sew this on this part. So it's a little bit complicated. So we're going to show this step by step. These ripstopper pieces, we have one for each sleeve. So we are going to fold them in half, and on each side or each border, we have to fold them again 0.7 centimeter each side. It should be looking like this. This is the right side of the sleeve. The opening, you need to consider it as a straight line, like this, and pin it right side together to this small piece. Now this is how it looks like. The next step is cover the seam allowance with the other edge that we also folded 0.7 centimeters and top stitch on the right side. After the top stitch, it looks like this. This is the right side and this is the wrong side. So we fold the right side face to face. In order to secure this fold, we need to stitch it on the edge on a triangle. After the triangle stitch, this is the wrong side and this is the right side. Now we are going to fold the sleeves right sides together and stitch this edge on 1 centimeter seam allowance. After stitching, we are going to open the seam with iron. Then iron the seam allowance to the same sides to overlock right after. Good job with the overlock. The edge is very clean. These are the cuff pieces. We need to fold them once, iron them, and then only one edge we are going to fold it 1 centimeter inwards and iron it as well. So we pin the cuff to the sleeves right sides together. On each edge of the sleeve, the cuff is 1 centimeter longer. Near the opening of the sleeve, there's a small fold here which is included in the design. And now we're going to stitch it 1 centimeter to the edge. After stitching the cuff to the sleeve, we're going to open this first. Iron the seam allowance downwards towards the cuff to prepare for the next step. This is how it looks like for now. We left 1 centimeter on each side of the cuffs. Now we're going to fold the cuffs upwards, right sides together, and sew 1 centimeter here to close the cuff. We just sew both sides of the cuffs, and now we are going to trim the edge a little bit here so that we will have a sharp corner when we turn this around. This is what it should be looking like. In order to secure this inside of the cuffs, we are going to do top stitch. We just put a few pins inside before the top stitch. This is the inside and this is the outside, the right side. Now it's time to pin the side of the shirts right sides together. Now open the seam with the iron. Iron the seam allowance to one side so that we can overlock it. The bodice is almost finished, So this is the right side, this is the wrong side. So we overlock the edges. Now we have one sleeve pinned to the bodice. So we are going to stitch them together. While stitching the sleeve to the bodice, make sure to take your time. Always check under, because it's easy to get other pieces slip under the stitches. And of course, we need to overlock. Small curves like that, it's not always easy to iron, so we are going to use this tailor's hem here so we can iron it easily. The sleeves are attached to the bodice. We have 3 options for the buttons. Here is the first one, the second, and the last one. Which one do you like? So we have the winner. We chose the third one. We have 4 steps to make a buttonhole. First one. Second step. Third. The last step. Let's have a look at it. The next step, we are going to hand stitch the buttons. Last step is to hem the bottom of the shirt. So we are going to fold it twice, 1 centimeter each time, and then top stitch to finish it. So it's done. My boyfriend really enjoyed making his own shirt. I'm also very happy that we're in this hobby together. Now let's show you guys how it turned out.